Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Be Competent in English. I am your teacher Nafeesa Ali, and today in this video I am going to tell you about different types of sentence structure in English. And you know, it's very important for you to learn this so that you can be competent in English. Okay, now let's start the lesson. But before I start the lesson, I would like to tell you that if you are new to my channel, do subscribe it so that you can get all my latest video. Okay, fine. So now let's start with the type of sentence structure. As you all know, the basic sentence structure of English language is subject, verb, object. This is going to remain the same, but within this sentence structure, we are going to learn more about another type of sentence structure. Okay, before I tell you about the sentence structure, I would like to tell you about clauses. You know what is a clause? Clause is a group of words that has a subject and the verb, and it conveys a complete meaning. It tells you the complete idea. Okay, and there are two types of clauses. One is independent clause and one is dependent clause. Independent clause is the clause which tells you the complete meaning. It exists on its own. It can be a full sentence also. Like if I say there are 7 continents in the world. Okay, it is a complete, gives you the complete idea. It has a subject, it has verb, and it is an object, and it can exist on its own also. Okay, fine. So now the second type of clause is the dependent clause. Dependent clause is the clause that cannot exist only on its own. It has to depend on the independent clause for completing its meaning. Like for example, I say it is hot. What does it mean? So many questions arises. Yes, what is hot? Why it is hot? No. So this is going to complete its meaning when I will join this dependent clause with the independent clause. Like if I say Sam cannot drink the coffee because it is hot. Now you understand? So this is dependent clause, and all the sentences are made up of its independent clauses and dependent clauses both. Okay, now let's talk about type of sentence structure. There are 4 types of sentence structure in English. The most common sentence structure in English is simple sentence. Simple sentence is made up of just one independent clause. As I told you, like if I say Earth revolves round the sun. This clause has the subject as the verb and have the both subject and the verb, and it tells you the complete meaning, and it gives you the complete idea. So this is the independent clause, and this can be a simple sentence also. Okay, yeah, fine. Is this clear? Fine. Okay. Like furthermore, I can say that Collie wants to go to New York on the vacation. This is another simple sentence. Okay, fine. Is it clear? You can also say like this: I like chocolate cake very much. Okay, is it clear? Now I hope you have understood this simple sentence clearly. Okay, fine. Now let's talk about the second type of sentence structure, that is compound sentence. Compound sentence is made up of 2 independent clause. One independent clause is joined with another independent clause with the help of coordinating conjunctions. Okay, coordinating conjunctions, there are 7 coordinating conjunctions in English. They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And we often call them FANBOYS. Okay, all these 7 coordinating conjunctions indicates different purposes, and we used to join 2 independent clauses in the compound sentences. Like for example, I say Sam is a vegetarian, so he does not eat meat. Okay, fine. Is it clear? Furthermore, if I say I've never been to China nor have been to America. Okay, fine. And the third example, another example, we can also like this. We have put on a jacket, for it was very cold outside. Okay, but notice one thing. In all these 3 sentences, we have used comma before the coordinating conjunction, like before saw, for, and nor. Yes, why we have used this comma? don't remember, this comma is very important in this over here. If you don't use this comma, your sentence will be a run-on sentence. It will not convey its complete meaning. So you have to use this comma over here. Whenever you are using these 7 words as a coordinating conjunctions, you have to use the comma before the coordinating conjunctions. Okay, fine, exactly. And yeah, something that so happened in a compound sentence, you don't feel there isn't any need of any coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunction is not appropriate there. So in that condition, in that situation, what we do, we use semicolon. Like for example, we say like this: it had rained at night, semicolon, we decided to go for the picnic anyhow. See, we have not used any coordinating conjunction over here because it was not appropriate. So we have used semicolon over here. For another example, you can say like this: China is the largest country in the world. Beijing is the capital of China. No coordinating conjunction is required over here. So what you will do, you will put a semicolon. Okay, fine. Is it clear? Fine. Now let's talk about second type of sentence structure, that is complex sentence. Complex sentence is made up of one independent clause and more than one dependent clauses. And we join over here, we join the independent clause and dependent clause with the subordinating conjunctions. There are many subordinating conjunctions, they indicate different purposes. But the most common one are while, when, whereas, wherever, since, because, although, even though, and so that, and so on. Thus, we can use subordinating conjunctions to join complex sentences. Okay, fine. Is it clear? For example, I say, she did not go to the work because she had a fever. Here we have used a coordinating conjunction because the first sentence is the independent clause and the second sentence is your dependent clause. The dependent clause we can also call, dependent clause is also known as subordinating clause, and this subordinating or dependent clause is always start with the subordinating conjunctions. But here you have to follow one rule. That is, when a sentence is starting with the subordinating clause or the dependent clause and followed by an independent clause, then you have to use comma after a subordinating clause. For example, I say, when I have time, I will go to the gym. Here we have used the subordinating conjunction when. So when I have the time, after this dependent clause, we have used a comma, and then we have written the independent clause. Okay, fine. Is it clear? Take one more example. Although it was raining, they decided to go walking. Okay, here we have started with the dependent clause, although and we use the subordinating conjunction although. So you have used the comma after the dependent clause and then the independent clause. Okay, you can also say like this: you cannot leave the school until the bell rings. No comma is required over here. Okay, because first is the independent clause, first clause is the independent clause and then the dependent clause. Okay, is it clear? Fine. Hope you have understood this. And now let's talk about compound complex sentence. Compound complex sentence, as the name indicates, is the combination of the compound sentence and the complex sentence. And here we have to follow the rules of both the compound sentence and the complex sentence. This type of sentence we need in our spoken and written English. We need this type of sentences when we want to explain something in detail, when we want to elaborate our idea. In that situation, we use this type of sentences. Let's just take the example. Although Sam has worked hard in the exam, but he failed because he did not understand the question. The first is our dependent clause, then the independent clause, and then again the dependent clause. But we have used only one comma in this sentence. That is, after the first, although he had worked hard. Okay, fine. Is it clear? Now take another example. Nancy has packed her lunch before going to office, but she forgot to include a banana. In this sentence also, we have one independent clause, then the dependent clause, and then the independent clause, and only one comma is required all over here. Okay, is it clear? Hope you have understood today's lesson. If you have any question, you can email me or write in the comment section. It would be my pleasure to answer your questions, and hope you have enjoyed today's video. And if you liked my video, don't forget to click on the like button. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye for now.